A conservative non-profit group is encouraging Kern County lawmakers to refuse to issue marriage licenses to gay couples. The Campaign for Children and Families is among a growing number of conservative groups calling for the county to issue marriage licenses only to a man and a woman. The Bakersfield Republican Assembly wants supervisors, meantime, to create an ordinance that would prohibit the issue of same-sex marriage licenses until California voters have the opportunity to overturn or vote and possibly affirm the Supreme Court's decision in November. The issue will be discussed by supervisors today at their 9 o'clock meeting. It stems from Auditor Controller Ann Barnett's decision to end all marriage ceremonies performed by the county. Barnett says the department will still issue marriage licenses. And Supervisor Don Maben is looking to other departments, I should say, and other places within the county to possibly perform those wedding ceremonies. But some wonder what the legal options are here. Supervisor Maben joins us live in the newsroom this morning with more on this debate. Good morning, Supervisor.
Good morning, Kiyoshi. Good morning, Katie.
Good morning to you. Let's start off with first, do you believe the statement from Ann Barnett's office, or at least from her, that she cannot afford to or provide the security for these wedding ceremonies?
I haven't, up until her statement, had received any information that she had a budget shortfall or there was a security problem down in her department.
So do you believe that, that this is something else then, possibly a political move?
It appears to be that, but I will give her the benefit of the doubt, and I will probably make an added request to the CAO this morning to review her budget submittal to see if there was any indication and to ascertain how much money she needs in order to perform these ceremonies.
So indeed, let's play devil's advocate here. Why should the county have to look elsewhere for a job that should be performed technically by the job duties by the county clerk's office? If you think it's possible, budget-wise and security-wise, is it possible that the supervisors may ask or even force Ann Barnett to perform the wedding ceremonies?
No, we can't. She has the ultimate authority. She's an independent elected official, and it rests with her completely.
And what do you plan on, I mean, in addition to this budget issue and asking the CAO to look at that, what else are you asking your fellow board members to do this morning?
Well, I'm not really asking my fellow board members to do anything. I'm going to make a request after I get information from County Council and both the CAO on what are options that are available to us right now. And at that time, based on their information, I will make a request to see what we can do to move forward to get civil ceremonies back in Kern County.
What kind of options are there out there? I know that one of the things being thrown out is having possibly judges.
Judges have the authority to do it, but if you've looked at and listened to what's going on in our court system, they are overloaded, overworked. I don't see them picking up this at this time. Also, for a number of the clients that come in and get married at the county clerk's office, I think going into a judge's chambers would be intimidating.
Let's take a look at the flip side of this thing. There's the Campaign for Children and Families. The president of that organization, Randy Thomason, says that he will be before you later this morning to talk. He has asked the board, as have several other conservative groups, basically to issue licenses only to a man and a woman. Why not do that?
It is not the authority of the county to rule on law as far as the state law goes. That was definitely demonstrated when Gavin Newsom was performing or allowing gay marriages in San Francisco, and the court said, no, you don't have the authority to do that. It's the state's function, not the county.
Well, in some other cases, as some of the conservative groups have said, why not have the county pass an ordinance that says that in our county, at least, we're going to define marriage as between a man and a woman and only issue those licenses. They say that the county has the sovereignty, essentially, to oversee a state rule if it sees fit to do so.
I wish they were right. There's a lot of things I'd like to overturn in the state of California, believe me.
And again, is this issue going to be discussed later this morning before the board?
Well, I'm going to bring it up from my personal standpoint as one board member. If the other board members want to make comment, they're more than free to do so.
All right, it's coming up at 9 o'clock this morning on Truxtun Avenue at the Supervisor's Chambers on Truxtun Avenue. Supervisor Don Maben, as always, a pleasure to have you in this morning and giving us a preview of what's to come later this morning.
My pleasure to be here. Thank you.
As always, good to have you here.
Item 3, board member announcements and reports. And I think a lot of people are waiting for my request that I indicated last Friday I'd make today. First, I want to ask Mr. Barman and Mr. Arrea to report back on some of the information that I asked. Mr. Barman?
Yes. Mr. Chairman, members of the board, I have a statement I want to just present here to kind of clear the air a little bit from the viewpoint of the law. State law provides that the county clerk is the commissioner of civil marriages in the county. The county clerk also conducts elections, as we all know. These duties are conferred upon the clerk by state law once elected to perform such duties and must be carried out according to state law. The state legislature has provided that these duties belong to the county clerk. As such, these duties are independent of the Board of Supervisors and within the exclusive control of the county clerk, who must exercise discretion within the bounds of the law. The county clerk must issue marriage licenses and may solemnize marriages as well as appoint deputy commissioners of civil marriages who may solemnize marriages under the direction of the county clerk. The Board of Supervisors' authority as to marriages is in many ways like that of the board's authority over the DA's prosecutorial function or the sheriff's law enforcement functions. Finally, I want to add that state law provides that other persons may solemnize marriages and specifically lists who those persons are, and they operate independently of the commissioner of marriages or the county clerk. Ministers of religious denominations, as well as judges, active and retired, and other state and federal officials. However, none of these listed persons are required to officiate at a specific wedding. If your board has any questions, I would be pleased to address them.
Thank you, Mr. Barman. Mr. Arrea.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, in response to determining what the courts might be able to do, the bench with regard to judges and commissioners, we have a request in to the Superior Court in order to find out about how they might respond in providing marriage ceremonies. With regard to the financial aspect of providing the ceremonies, we do have a request in to the Auditor Controller for information, and that's the extent of the information I have at this time.
Okay, I thank you both for that information. I'm going to make an official request from this supervisor only today that you report back here on July 8th in the morning session under County Council. That'll be the first time that all 5 of us will be back up here on the dais. And I would like to, one, have that financial information on the Auditor Controller County Clerk's office to determine what exactly the impact on her budget would be to perform these ceremonies. And secondly, an interesting issue came up during the presentations where a gentleman indicated that other counties can commission citizens of this county. I would like you to look into that and also report back at that time, and that's my request. Thank you.